Sheffield United are taking on a strategy which gets rid of their old players and replaces them with young, decreasing their average squad age. Despite having the same manager that coached the old players before, the youthful approach does seem to be working for them in the Championship. However, there's examples of it not working. Rhian Brewster, for example, from being part of the Champions League winners to flopping in Yorkshire. As I'm coming in to take over the Blades, replacing an old manager with a young one, and I'm going to be going for youth with a bit of a twist. I'm not signing Wonderkids, I'm signing failed ones like Brewster to try and get the Blades in the Premier League and get them towards the Champions League. As yes people, here we are, it is a return of the list of failed Wonderkids, but don't think you're copying any of them today. Maybe the ones in the video, as we've got this team to compete, which we can keep players from, and I'm liking the average age of the squad. They have really youthened it up. You can see Gilchrist, unfortunately can't sign him because he's a loan, and we can only sign them failed players, such as this man I kept speaking about. He's now 24, is Rhian Brewster. And he doesn't score many goals. I believe he got his first one in ages just a while ago. And I can't lie, he's really got to start up front for us because this challenge is made for him. The rest of the team, however, we've got to try and replace them with them failures. Can keep some of the players we have now and can change the formation because we don't have to play to Chris Wilder's strengths, but I like the 5 at the back. I feel there's a lot of failed defenders out there, plus we can put Sousa in there. Put Hamer in the midfield with O'Hare. Get Raksaki in and focus on a left winger, probably a right back, and I think they're the main positions. I think with those we should get promoted, as no live points today, and that's going to make it difficult because they're in a good position in real life, but I wanted the summer window to make these transfers. As let's get the ball rolling with our first failed Wonderkid, and we are going to go ex-academy to start off with because there's a lot of those, such as this man who was in the Chelsea academy, Kennedy at Valladolid. He had a spell in the Chelsea team, he had a loan at Newcastle, and it never really worked out. Very cheap, but only 71 rated, which is difficult because we have to get him to grow to Champions League quality. And the once highly rated youngster has been sold to us for under 2 million, as he'll train as a left wing, and now we just need that right wing back. As Jamie Shackleton at the club, he looks a very decent youngster. Also Suriki, but I believe first season I'm going to try and get him out on loan. Oh, and Tom Davies. I completely forgot about this man. Another player from a top academy in Everton who was rumoured to be the next Gerrard. Or Lampard, Scholes. He was supposed to go into that debate. As the right back I have found, he's already Premier League quality. Odriozola, who never competed at Real Madrid. And by the way, we definitely have the money. I believe we started with 21 million. So no danger of overspending as our second player from Spain. Swapping the Champions League with Sociedad for the Championship with Sheffield United, as he's now into this team. And I also have put Davies in the lineup, because I thought, you know what, put another failed Wonderkid in there, won't hurt our team. However, I am very, very wrong. We finished 8th. That is shocking for Sheffield United. Imagine in real life, they bottled where they are. That is the severity of this situation, and we didn't have any cup runs, losing to Bournemouth in the FA Cup and West Ham in the Carabao. Horrific, as he didn't even play. We have made a lot of changes to this team. Sousa's grown as a centre-back. Kennedy has grown as a left winger, but unfortunately not much for Brewster, not much for Tom Davies, as we have our blaster on the bench, who, to be fair, looks a lot better, and can go into our team. We can use existing players even though he's 21, and isn't a failed Wonderkid yet, as I did loan some players out. Sidey Peck coming through the ranks in real life, do want to try and get potential out of him, and Sam McCallum's done alright for himself. Yes, we do have Harry Burrows, and we do have actually a slice of luck, as I didn't expect this from his game time, but Brewster 14 goals? Is our failed wonder kid coming back like we need to now? Out of the 8th place hole, as 22 million is just fine for me. And in all honesty, a centre-back will be just fine for our only signing. But we have just lost Raksaki to his loan deal, and I don't trust Campbell. There's Brooks on the bench at 2170 rated, and Sariki looks good still. Alongside Shackleton, who's back. Peck needs another loan deal. Like I said at the start of the video, Sheffield United going younger with their squad. But we're not entirely focused on youth, just them players that failed when young. As yes, Brewster was our top scorer, but 14 goals a little stinky. So maybe we could change the formation instead of lacking on a centre-back to the 4-2-4. Yes, I know it's not Sheffield United's DNA, but I think you guys would like to see a striker over a centre-back signed. Plus, strikers have a lot more potential to grow with their goal scoring. As Christian Kouame, he is at Fiorentina, as I am breaking the bank on the player that should have been the next Didier Drogba, but he's not the only failed wonder kid. We do have one that failed at Madrid, or failing at Madrid, because he's actually still at Los Blancos. Renier, 23, so I guess he is still young. Let's face it though, he's not Vinicius Jr. or Rodrigo level, and we've got a decision to make, because he could be a winger or a striker, technically allowing him to go onto that right hand side, but I have someone in mind who's better, someone who's been at this level before with Watford and was amazing. No, but he's retired. I was gonna go for Gerard Deulofeu, who was at the Barcelona Academy and never lived up to the Barcelona level, but when I've started to search his name, I have found Dele Alli, and for only 2.5 million, why not just take the gamble on him? Sure, it's almost bankrupt us, literally. We've got less than $1 million at Sheffield United, spending a lot of money, but I think it's lying about 201 million. Maybe on wages, as you can see, Renier is the top earner. Tom Davies up there on the list. I did not expect that from him. A player that doesn't make his way into the squad, which looks absolutely fantastic. Cooper, 85. Souza, 85, a couple of 83s. Odriozola's reached a good rating, Rhian Brewster's still below it, and Kennedy hasn't played. That is a huge shame on his part. Same as Dele Alli. I don't know who could have took their places in the team. As Gus Hamer's our best player, 24 goals and 22 assists. Is he the best ever championship player? He's definitely going down in the history books. Despite not even winning the league, but we do earn a promotion to the Premier League. In second, 97 points, and still not to win the title behind Bournemouth is horrific. But at least we're going to the top tier. And to my sheer surprise, we go into the top tier with a trophy in the FA Cup Season 2, a 2-1 win over West Ham United after beating Swansea 3-0, Southampton on penalties, and Shrewsbury 4-1. We didn't half get an easy journey to the final, but still it had to be won. That's a first trophy with the Blades, and probably how we got so far, as we failed in round 1 of the Carabao Cup. But honestly, to win that trophy, it's sensational, as next season, maybe have to go for that left wing again, maybe have to go striker, as Brewster got 15, Kouame got 16, but I'm hungry just to find that 20-30 goal man. And I'm fully aware, being in the Premier League, it's going to be harder to get a scorer of all those goals, as 62 million is a fairly decent budget. After all, we just got rid of all our money at the end of last season spending on Ali, and wages, which is the concern going into this season. A lot of players expiring, plus a lot of players getting older, especially 2 of these we've just signed. Odriozola could carry on, and we've also got Kennedy. He needs desperate replacement, as at least we have Sariki to replace Odriozola in the future, 24-year-old still. Fantastic stuff, as again, I'm not going to go for 1 winger, I'm going to look for 2, cover all bases if 1 fails. Plus the first one's fairly young, and it is Facundo Pellistri, who's not worked out at United, despite a good start at the club. Seems they only trusted Garnacho and Diallo, so got rid of this man. And they also got rid of this man. man, and I know he's back in the England squad. Angel Gomez was kicked out from Man United, and he's 25, 82 rated. I think would make a decent winger. Or if not, we shove him in the midfield, as now we've got to be careful with money. I'll just offer what he's worth. It might give us enough for another player. Around 10 million after paying this man's wage, which is a big deal. And it looks his best position is unfortunately going centre mid, kicking our blaster out the squad, and also Palistris into the team. As the weakest by far, Rhian Brewster. We don't need another winger. We need another striker to replace the man that inspired this video. And with not much money left, Kasper Dolberg looks our only option, 28-year-old now, only 9 million market evaluation, and is a failed youngster after not living up to his potential. Didn't have a great time at Nice, and I believe the other club was Ajax. Maybe confusing him with Ericsson as Rhian Brewster. Only Rhian Brewster could fail at a video about failures. As speaking of a big fail, if you haven't seen that video of him getting a haircut with the Champions League medal on, it's so funny as this is our team. Some very good ratings season 3, including Oliver Arblaster, taking over from Hemer, who did get 11 goals as our top scorer, was actually Tyrese Campbell, who's not a player we wanted to use. A player we probably need to get rid of, as we do finish in 13th, surviving comfortably season 1, as United down in 11th. Good to see Ruben Amorim's turn things around so suddenly, as we are in season 3 and he's still not got a United running, with Arsenal unfortunately beating us in the Community Shield, but not to worry, as we do, believe it or not, back-to-back FA Cup hit. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Arsenal, who we just lost to. We beat Aston Villa. We also beat Fulham. So a harder run, but that is back-to-back FA Cups without even being a top team, and we can't do it in the Carabao. Constant failure over there as we got into the Europa League, and we will be in it next season, finishing 15th this. Then beating Ghent in the playoffs, before beating Bologna and beating Shakhtar Donetsk. We did win a quarter-final. Imagine we won the FA Cup twice, then won the Europa League as the semi-finals though. That's where our journey ends. Losing to Benfica 3-1, as have they got any failed Wonderkids or Frankfurt, who I believe do. Season number 4 already starting with a signing in my head as 57 million to spend. Less than last season, meaning we should still be able to afford Luka Jovic, who is 84 rated, so maybe not a failed Wonderkid. I just remember this man at Madrid didn't work out at all, and his market evaluation has just danced up in negotiations, meaning we can't really afford him, so we're going to have to try and make money, or go for another option, which I don't really see out there. Seriously, who improves this team apart from an 84 rated striker? Maybe another centre-back we could also use, but we don't have that money, so I'm going to have to transfer lists like Reece Norrington Davis, Dele Alli we don't need, and also Callum O'Hare. That feeling of unlimited money has just finally hit its ceiling, with us needing to progress as Callum O'Hare moves to Sunderland, Norrington Davis to Heidenheim, Dele Alli to Lyon, and also Tyrese Campbell. We've made money on a striker to be able to afford another striker, this man plenty proven, from his rating increases. But I am going to make a tweak to this formation or style. I've put some players on their play style, and look at that. Very aggressive formation. I want to let the world know about Sheffield. Have a season like before when they shocked everybody finishing mid-table. However, in order to do that, we definitely need another centre-back. Even if it's another backup for under 20 million, which is what we have, as Thero Kehrer. Pretty solid option if you ask me. As there we go, he sits on our bench and looks like he's thrived with a bit of game time. Yet it is not more than Ahmed Hozic. Good job he's still playing, he's younger. And this team will be getting older. At least we've got players like Arblaster, players like Cooper, Burrows. Kennedy, now at an 85 rated. Never expected that from him. He's still got his 5-star skills and 97 pace. This man is electric. I just remember thinking he was the next big thing and just sitting, waiting for that Brazilian flair to come to the Premier League, as Kwame is our flair man. He was only sat on the bench, and it seems like them strikers have been scoring a lot of goals because Sheffield United now in the Champions League. Squeezing over Man City as no Community Shield again. Oh, in the FA Cup, we ruin our unbeaten streak in a semi-final penalty loss, so we almost made another final. As Chelsea even stopped us in the Carabao Cup 2-1, that didn't take penalties, which I thought it might do. And the Europa League, that is superb. Hopefully our last season in this tournament going clean sweep with 8 wins. Fabulous, beating Salzburg 8-4 on aggregate before Nice, and then Spurs 4-3 in the semi-finals, putting us into a final, a chance for yet another trophy. But no, Besiktas 5-3 for a finale game. Unreal, but not the trophy we wanted, but we moved to bigger and better, with this being our starting team and this being what we improve upon. And with a budget of £126 million, improvements can be made. But we've also got to think about what we're doing here. All those failed Wonderkids will probably be retired by now, making it hard to sign for this team, especially when we need defenders, when we need attackers. I'm noting a decrease as well because Kennedy's just gone down by 1. Not what we want to see. How do we honestly improve this? I guess we've got to look for some players that are currently failing to live up to expectations. Like this man, Ansu Fati, didn't work out at Brighton in his recent loan move, but that doesn't stop his evaluation being high. Yet I'm stupid enough to still pay it. Hopefully he comes good as a winger. My Kennedy replacement, and changing him to a winger should actually take his rating up. Fingers crossed it does anyway. And now that improves us big time, especially for the future seasons. Having 2 wingers under 27, unbelievable stuff. Now it's just about looking at our aging players. I know they can still do it like Odriozola, but a backup keeper could be good. Also a backup centre mid who isn't retired yet, as I'm paying big wages to Ndombele. And also this backup keeper, Dragowski, another signing from Panathinaikos. Sure, they aren't the best of players, one at an 80 rated, one at 79, but they are better than what we currently had as this team continues to grow. 3 90 rated plus a non-playing Ansu Fati, and we did change his position, so he has been a left wing, but not being used there. 1 goal in 9 appearances. Looks like Kennedy took more on, even though he's 81 rated now. We've got plenty of strikers at the club, Christian Kwame being the best again. And carrying Sheffield United, the Blades have cut their way to the top of the Premier League. 89 points and 3 defeats. Unreal, so that is the Premier League 1 with the Championship team. But unfortunately, yet again, we haven't gone and won another FA Cup. Would have loved to grab 4 or 5 as Manchester City beat us. And the Carabao never our thing. We lose 2-0 to Newcastle United away from home, but now Sheffield United in the UCL. Something that, well, was close at one point in seasons gone by. Not really close this season, as where are we in this competition? Don't see us at all. Don't tell me we didn't qualify. We've been stuck in the Europa League. We finished 4th in the Prem last season. Sure, I didn't pay attention to the cups. Maybe someone won a cup and it took us out of it. Gutting, but we do win the round of 16 against Lionel. We beat Bologna on penalties. We beat Atletico Bilbao. And we beat Arsenal again, winning another cup. The Europa League, so that is now 2 trophies this season. Moving into definitely a Champions League season next year round, with a team that is excellent and very, very hard to improve. Seriously, starting with the money again, what the heck do we spend this on? Apart from wages, which is the obvious choice, can we find a 90 rated failure? It's unfortunate Paul Pogba's still not in the game. What a shame. We're gonna have to try and source our our own, as the list I have doesn't have high-rated players who may go into our team. I mean, Max Aarons and Brendan Aronson. They're both in with a shout after failing at both clubs they're at. Ooh, but I've had a player jump in my mind that definitely should be high-rated. Emil Smith-Rowe. Now, yes, I know he's not a failure, but Arsenal did get rid of him, so technically he didn't succeed there. And with Arsenal being great in this save, competing in every final with us, he hasn't got into that success of them, so he's failed at a huge club, who I've gone and spent the money on, as again he's going to be a left winger. With Kennedy on the down crease, yes, he's getting a bit of game time. I'm going to leave it to Emil versus Ansu for that position. Put Kennedy back on the bench. And who do we actually sign here? Renier low rated, and I do have a winger in mind. Yusuf Demir never worked out at Barcelona being a youngster, but I think this is one we pass on. He's 26, but only 75 rated. We have players like Andre Brooks, who's been here from the start, who's better than him. And Sariki, will he get a chance because Odriozola's still playing well? Or I hope he is anyway, as hey, look at that. Secured Champions League football for next season. We haven't won the league, and there wasn't many points in that. I think Man City won it on 80 as we win the Community Shield. I guess it's a first time for everything, but not a third time for the FA Cup. Liverpool win over Sunderland. Callum O'Hare will be loving that, as we lost to Leicester City and then lost to Chelsea in the Carabao. Chelsea just have our back. Or have our backside getting handed to us. At least we do have that Champions League. And second, 20 points, still no defeats in Europe. For the second season running, Bramall Lane is a fortress. A fortress where we get the win over Leverkusen 5-3, Shakhtar 4-1, and Chelsea 2-0 to give us Athletic Club, the Bilbao Basque team, who in FC 25 love to ruin what they're all about, but like to bring their own players through as well. Raul Beltran worries me because Odriozola now is 82 rated. So it is time for Sariki to get his chance in this first team. Deserves it, as Ansu Fati will play over Smith-Rowe based on goals, as our top scorer again, Kwame. As here we go, it's going to be Bilbao to start the move off. Farias. Now, he's not from Bilbao, I'm pretty sure, as it's them starting the game off. Where is Kwame? Give the ball to him, but it's them running at us with a shot. We need to try and get forward, try and create a chance of our own. Ansu Fati skipping away. The brilliant ball to play that one. Almost hits Gomez. Does find Angel Gomez. What a goal in the top corner. Beautifully taken. Our number 7, who has got back in the England squad, scores this. Unbelievable. Defender should have done better. Is that a Trevella, you know? Is that the outside of the boot to the top corner? I believe it was. And a very nice goal as Burrows. Let's not go to sleep. Let's keep on playing football, as here he goes, the left back. There's a pass in there, but he's greedy. He wants to go himself. It's Van de Ven with the block, and that should have been a pass to this man, Kwame. Trying to take the shot on as Farias. Don't let him run. Don't let the Argentine run. He's skilled past us, and he's got it off. The shot, that is, as here we go. Sariki took a chance on him. He's going to run the byline in search of our second goal. It's a very good run. A ball towards Jovic. This may drop to Oli. Blaster blasting it. Unlucky, as now their chance to come forward. Admen Hozic in the way as my favourite left back Loco into Watson. Now Sanche. We haven't got the block in. It is Sanche dancing through into Farias. What a save, Cooper. A game of a lot of shots here as now Farias attacking at Vinny Souza. Please do not get rounded that easily. Into the midriff of Cooper. Honestly, it's so hard to get away. This team is really attacking us. The Sariki, just keep the ball. Last moments of the game, chip that over the top. Wasn't meant for Luka Jovic, but falls to him, and that's just flown wide. Honestly, some game. Ahmed Hozic, what a header. Sariki. Now, Angel Gomez just around his man easily. Pass that on. No, but the whistle might go soon. However, they start an attack. It is Farias into Oliver Sanche. Need to try and get across. Block it. Shot in. And I don't believe it. Farias has scored late on. A game we have utterly dominated. And then a little move like that. That inside pass killed us. Cooper's side netting. Extra time we approach now, and I've just made 2 changes. Ansu Fati off for Emil Smith-Rowe, Arblaster off for Hamer, because we know this man can hit shots. And he's dribbling through the middle, the number 8. If he can get a pass off here, maybe through the middle to Kwame. Unlucky, as I say that a lot. Now, it's the time to be lucky. Kwame's got a run on here. The defender cannot catch him. Kwame in extra time. He's took his time to get in the game. He does the regen Drogba. Brilliant work, just cutting through the middle. And that is hopefully extra time done. A brilliant run, a brilliant finish. Defender never catching him. Trooping never saving it. And nothing else happening in the entirety of the second half and first half of extra time as Sheffield win the Champions League. Done completely with signings who have failed in the past as Vinny Souza to lift the trophy. He did change positions to help us. In that centre-back slot, absolutely love the beast. As if you do when you see your team becoming a beast with failed Wonderkids. My list of players does go on, and let me know in the comments below which team it should be. As for more videos, click right here.